Hello there guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince winner of Rome 2 tournament match. And this is the final round 1 match. I've casted all the rest so far. Match between Panda Warrior of Agony Clan and DesertFox of Sith on Nimetosena. We have Panda Warrior controlling the Spartan army, whereas DesertFox is playing as Royal Scythia. So I'm gonna go over the builds really quickly. For Royal Scythia we have 4-step archers. We also have 1-step armored lancer in the center, all the way over here, moving up quite quickly. So we have 2 Scythian noblewomen on the right flank, 2 Scythian Amazonian riders on his left flank, 2-step noble lancers on his left, 2-step noble lancers on his right. Make that 4 on his right actually. Well, if you kind of like 2 in the center if you consider that his center, but also 2 Scythian royal horse, one of them being his general. He is a strategist, and I believe that is the Scythian build. Now already some skirmishing going on. Ooh, massive damage onto the step armored lancers of DesertFox. Now for a Panda Warrior we have 2 Tarantine cavalry units. We have a bunch of Gorgo skirmishers. I believe we have, let's see, 3 Gorgos, 2 Rhodian slingers, and a Cretan archer. And he has a pretty big box. So general isn't a Heroes of Sparta unit commander. Interesting choice over the Royal Spartan general. We also have a bunch of Spartan hoplites. I believe we have 6 of those. Do we? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, is it 5? Is it 5 Spartan hoplites? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it is 6. So I am blind, apparently. And we have Perioikoi hoplites defending his Heroes of Sparta general. Wow, this formation is brilliant. It's not even a box. And I guess it doesn't really count as a pike box because he has hoplites in front. This is quite funny. This is amazing. So then he has, again, pikes in the rear. Let's see, Perioikoi, I believe 4 of Perioikoi pikemen indeed. He doesn't really need Spartan pikemen to deal with this, and Perioikoi are much cheaper, so I think it's alright for him to bring these guys. Again, look at how much time this battle is taking, so again, like, I'm just gonna speed things up here because it's basically gonna be a lot of skirmishing, but already I can tell you what Royal Scythia is doing wrong. First of all, he's skirmishing with 2 horse archers instead of 1 here. And he's going up too far forward and also mismicroing and taking damage on his horse archers. This is bad. Same thing done over here. The micro isn't really perfect by him, and Gorgo skirmisher taking out a lot of HP of these horse archers. And he really needs all the horse archers here, because if he loses horse archers, he'll have a very rough time doing enough damage to weaken Sparta here. But just so much damage onto these Rhodians too. So it's not too bad, but it's still a really bad trade for Royal Scythia, I would say. I don't like how Royal Scythia is handling this at all. But again, nice skirmishing here against the Tarantines, doing some damage to them, but look at all these units already losing so much HP for Royal Scythia. This is really bad. And yeah, I don't like how Royal Scythia is doing this. Like, he just needs to move up 1 unit and then pull it back and start wasting ammo of the Spartan slingers. I think that's how you should be doing it at this point. Rhodian's doing a lot of damage onto the Amazonian riders over here. This is not really the best micro from DesertFox, but apparently he hasn't really been playing too much, so that is understandable then. And Tarantines will actually try and go for the noble lancers to see if they can do damage. Oh, they actually do damage onto the horse archers, so really nice here by Panda. I was gonna try and go for the noble lancers again, or even a step archers. So Panda's Tarantines do get caught here, but look at all the damage they've done onto the step noble lancers. Again, they're taking a lot of damage themselves, and this is pretty bad by Panda. He should have pulled this way, because there was nothing threatening him from here, whereas these step archers were threatening him, and they've killed a lot of those Tarantines. Again, the step archers are being misused here a lot by Royal Scythia. I mean, he should honestly just be... should have just used all the ammo on his horse archers first. I think that was the most important part. And maybe just bait with lancers here and there and force Panda to react with hoplites and with maybe skirmishers. But I don't think he needed to move up the step archers. I think, if anything, he should have gotten angles with the step archers like proper ones, because at this point, let's see. So basically, from the beginning, Royal City has mostly fired onto the Spartan's front, which isn't really the most efficient way of doing it. I mean, he's surrounding a box. Like, what really prevents him from firing at, say, the unprotected side of units, for instance, right? It's just skirmishes. So he has to use his horse archers in the beginning to bait volleys of the Spartan units, and he has to maybe even kill those foot skirmishers if he wants to as well, because this is just going to be difficult to break otherwise. I mean, he does need to either make sure that the Cretan archers and like the other skirmishers of Sparta are out of ammo, or he needs to kill them. One of those before he can actually skirmish properly with his step archers, I feel. Because if it doesn't do that, it'll be difficult for him to get the proper angles that he needs. And again, huge miss micro here with overall with his horse archers. I would put this heavily into Sparta's favor already. Charge here happening into the Spartan hoplites. This is cool, but Tarentine is now supporting, doing lots of damage onto the Royal Scythians. Some charges happening over here onto the Spartan hoplite, and this is very, very good for Royal Scythia. I don't know why Panda is moving up here. I guess he wants to bait with the Spartan hoplite, but I don't really know if that's a worthy trade for Panda. I'm not too sure actually if that's good for Panda. It's really an interesting though, but I feel like it's not worth to lose most of this unit for a few kills. I think he needs those Spartan hoplites for those Scythian Amazonian riders taking so much damage. But I do like that idea. Maybe it is worth it, who knows, but it's quite risky, I guess, depending on whether or not the hoplite can hold. So again, we can see that Cretan archers going out here to skirmish against step archers. The Royal Scythian skirmishers haven't really been able to do too much here. Oh, and a mistake here by DesertFox. He is, I guess he has skirmish mode on his skirmishes. He hasn't really had an opportunity to fire at these Tarentines, but he didn't use it. He's getting some nice shots onto the Gorgos here, but again, step archers have limited ammunition compared to slingers. Now this Scythian Amazonian rider, not quite sure what it wanted to do, but it's now off the field thanks to Tarentines. Tarentines here have done so much work for Spartan. Again, looks like the same thing's going to happen with the Spartan hoplite, but this one is holding out a lot better than the other. These step armor lancers will be off the field, so this is a good engagement using the Spartan hoplite like that this time around. So the Gorgo skirmishes over here. I mean, Panda's box is pretty static, but he is doing some cool aggressive moves even while in the box, like sending out hoplites or sending out his Tarentines to skirmish. So I do really like the way Panda is using this. So he's going to continue sending up Tarentines to see if he can do damage to those step archers or the noble lancers, because at this point there are so few cavalry units. I mean, the cavalry units that Royal City has on the field, they've either taken a lot of HP damage, like look at these guys. This one has lost 1, probably a lot of HP damage. This one's lost 3. This one has only 43 men in the unit, and this one has 19. So these units are heavily damaged. This is also a bad trait for Royal City. The Gorgo skirmishers and Cretan archers will have no issue dealing with those guys. Now this is a mistake by Panda. He's gonna lose his second Spartan hoplite unit. And yes, he's doing damage to step archers, but I mean, Royal City could just charge this unit and then pull out. And yeah, I mean, look, one charge and then he'll be able to pull out easily, I think, without problems. So he charges in, then he's gonna pull out. If he pulls out immediately, he won't take too much damage, but I think he took a little bit too long, just slightly bit too long. So he did take some damage in return. Step archers here targeting the Tarentines. This is good, but again, you see, skirmish mode was activated, so they couldn't really get some amazing shots off onto the Tarentines. So this isn't, again, not too good for Royal City, and he's gonna lose another step archer here. This is not good for Royal City again. So he's losing so many archers to, I mean, those the foot skirmishers of Sparta have been insane this game. They've killed so many horse archers. They've actually done a lot of damage onto the lancers. So really well done by Panda here. And again, this is going to be an interesting trade, as you can see here. The Tarentine cavalry here going around, and I believe they're out of ammo at this point, but they've done a lot of work. I mean, just so few units left for Royal Scythia at this point. I'm just going to have a hard time seeing how Royal City can do this. Still Gorgos on the field, still Cretan Archers, Rhodian Slingers. But here we go, this might be it. So we have some Steppe Noble Lancers charging into the Spartan Hoplites. Here. This will do a lot of damage to the Spartan Hoplites, but look at what's going to happen now. Cretan Archers, Rhodian Slingers, and a lot of Slinger shots will be fired into this unit. However, massive casualties done to the Spartan Hoplites, so this isn't too bad for the Nomads if they can pull out without losing too many more men. These guys were actually walking for a second, so we have a charge here, doing damage to these Spartan Hoplites actually, and barely getting away from the Perioikoi pikemen, because if they got into the Perioikoi pikemen, all these cavalry units would be dead at this point. I mean, that would be no contest for the pikemen. They just destroy cavalry from the front. So yeah, we have more cavalry charges coming in here into the front of Spartan Hoplites. Same thing over here, he charged into Spartan Hoplites, but he's losing. I mean, he's losing the attrition battle. I mean, sure, all of this looks great. Indeed, he might actually break through here, and if he pulls through, well, he's gonna pull through into pikemen, so I guess he doesn't want to try that. He could get to the skirmishes though, but at this point the skirmishes are pretty damaged, and he needs his cavalry at this point. And he's gonna continue doing some really nice charges into the Spartan Hoplites. I believe the reason why the Spartan Hoplites aren't doing so well against cavalry is because Panda's not giving attack orders, although I'm not too sure. Because if you give attack orders, I believe you're gonna do return damage to Nomads once they're leaving the engagement. These guys on Hoplite Phalanx, so I don't think they will be able to. Okay, some nice charges by Steppe Noble Lancers here. Gonna get rid of these Cretans. This is very efficient for Royal Scythia. And it looks like he might actually be able to do something with this game. DesertFox, that is, because Panda's formation is like, all these units are a bit isolated at this point, and I feel like he's wasting his units. And again, this one Spartan Hoplite will be isolated and killed by DesertFox, with like charges from all angles. This is how you deal with Sparta. Like, if he sends his units too far forward, like this unit for instance, it's just gonna die without doing too much here. I mean, sure, it's gonna get some kills, but it's gonna end up dying. Oh, it's actually getting so many kills on the retreat. Wow. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect it to get so many kills on the retreat, but I guess that is why it's getting so many kills on the retreat. It's because he probably gave an attack order finally on this unit. But look at how well it's doing against cavalry in melee. So this unit has actually paid for itself now already. Despite getting charged from like 3 angles, now it's gonna continue fighting again, and it's gonna get charged. Not gonna do too well here, but since the Royal Scythians are still in melee, these guys will be able to get extra kills off on the cavalry. Just look at them. 49 kills on the cavalry, and that's insane. Also on the general unit, which is very important. Look, 49 kills. Wrong attack order on the Spartan Hoplites, though. It seems like they're still trying to go for these guys, so not for the Scythian Royal Horse. But the Scythian Royal Horse might actually lose some men here. No, it did not. So he pulled out safely from the Scythian, not the Scythian, but the Spartan Hoplites. Still though, I don't know how Royal City is going to end up pulling this off. I'm just going to fast forward things because nothing much is going on. Ooh, Tarantine's still on the field. I believe Royal Scythia is preparing for a final charge. We'll see how this one's going to go, as there's just like a couple of minutes left. So here comes Scythia. He's preparing his ballsy charge. So here we go. Here we go. And I like this baiting by Panda with the Tarantines, trying to see if he can get his stop the charges of the cav here and then get his Spartan Hoplites in. Well, Tarantines here getting charged. Of course they're gonna start dying, but here's the thing, now he can stop the Royal Scythian cavalry. So once he pulls, like, the thing is, this is actually not bad for Sparta, because he's gonna kill the Steppe Noble Lancer. These guys are braced and in position. Actually, they're not braced, I think. They're just slightly too late. But still, if he gave attack orders, he should probably get some kills, but still, he's just braced here. And just bracing isn't going to allow you to get too many kills. He still gets 2 kills on the retreat of these units though, so not too bad. And we can see here the Steppe Noble Lancer is getting damaged like crazy. Heroes of Sparta tanking it out though. And they do so much damage. Perioikoi here still getting the kills against the Noble Lancers, despite the Noble Lancers pulling out, so I haven't really tested it, but I think that Hoplite Phalanx isn't too good when you want to do damage to cavalry, because at that point cavalry can just charge you and pull out without really taking the damage, I think. But again, I'm not too sure. I think against infantry Hoplite Phalanx will be insanely useful, but against cavalry I don't think it's so useful. I don't know, I haven't really tested it. Because again, like, I don't think you can do enough damage if you're just in Hoplite Phalanx. Whereas if you're not in Hoplite Phalanx, you can chase the enemy cavalry unit when it pulls out. So that's why I think not using Hoplite Phalanx against cavalry might be better. And when you use Hoplite Phalanx, actually, what happens is that your unit reorganizes into like a, how should I put it, like a bigger block. Like it has more lines deep and so on, and like the whole unit reorganizes, and it kind of like breaks the cohesion of the unit, I think. Which is another issue which is another reason why I don't like to use it against Cav. I think it's not too great against Cav. Whereas if you just give charge orders, like after you brace, I think it's better. So the hero of the Sparta here, chasing the cavalry of Royal Scythia. Very, very nice. Scythian Royal Horse coming around here. Heroic Hoplites doing so much damage here. I mean, they haven't died yet, but look at them. They've got up to 21 kills on Noble Lancers. That's insane. These heroes of Sparta, they're getting charged and they're isolated. Now rear charges onto the Periokoi Hoplites should do a lot of damage. With these guys charging frontally of the Periokoi, this should rout them off the field. But again, these guys are isolated. I don't know why Panda's isolating them, because this means that they will die. Again, they're getting some kills for their worth, but still. Look at them now getting more and more kills. 26 kills, 27, 123 kills on the heroes of Sparta. Spartan Hoplites here charging into the Scythian Royal Horse. And the Scythian Royal Horse, I mean, it's gonna start dying very soon. There we go. Look at how quickly they're dropping. And this is now game. So Panda Warrior is gonna end up taking this round 1 match against DesertFox, with Sparta against Royal Scythia. So very well done by Panda here. I mean, obviously he deployed a lot more than DesertFox, so it's alright for him to lose 400 more men basically, but still very, very good engagement for Panda, I think, overall. Step Archers couldn't really do what they needed to do. Step Noble Lancers, I mean, these guys in the end game, they did a lot of damage considering what happened to them in the early game. Like they got shot a lot and took a lot of damage from Tarentines and so on and so forth. Scythian Royal Horse doing damage as well. And the Horse Archers, huge waste here by DesertFox. He didn't really use the Horse Archers properly at all. They really got wasted. But anyway, hope you guys and girls enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.